After Typhoon Uwan, we're going to talk about another storm brewing. The November 16 prayer rally happening this weekend. And
Joining the discussion is Right Philippine Air Force General Romeo Poquiz. Welcome to the spoke, sir. General, magandang umaga po.
Magandang umaga, maraming salamat sa pag-imbita, Sec Edwin, saka si Kong Mike.
So,
Ako, ang gusto ko muna malaman, Sec, General, kasi itong rally na to, kayo ang kinikilalang leader. Tama po ba? Di ba? Kayo ang isa sa mga leaders
Opo,
at
dito po sa
organizers.
EDSA.
Opo. Ito po kayo po'y composed ng mga retired generals.
Opo, pero iba-iba pong, iba-ibang, hindi lamang mga retired generals, pero mga civilian din, na mga grupo.
Okay.
We are a movement, actually.
pero wait, there are two rallies.
Correct.
One in
Quirino.
Quirino by the INC.
Yes.
That was applied for by INC. And the other one in People Power.
People Power Monument, correct.
And who applied for that license, the permit? Because I understand INC withdrew their application
Yes.
for permit in INC.
Pag-withdraw nila, United People's Initiative ang...
So, UPI ho ang nag-apply ng permit.
Yes.
At itong UPI, ito yung mga composed of civilians and retired generals.
Yes, and various other
Organizations.
Civil society groups.
There's a November 30 trillion peso rally again, no, March. So, why did you do a separate rally from them? Is there any reason why there's a distinction between November 30 and November 16?
Yes, doon kasi sa November 30, they've been preparing this for quite a while now.
But you were involved, by the way, in the early August 21 rally. You were there.
September
September
21,
Sorry,
yes.
sir, September 21.
Nag-rally kami doon sa...
Gate 1.
Initially doon sa Batasan, 3 araw, 3 gabi noon. Tapos umalis si Speaker Martin. Tapos nag-march off kami from Batasan to the Gate 4 of Capo Inaldo. Hanggang doon sa September 21.
Correct. So, my question again is, ba't pa kayo naghiwalay pa sa trillion peso? Di ba? There's volume in numbers.
Yes, ang problema kasi doon, yung alliance nila, of course, we know, andun yung Makabayan Bloc. Yun ang iniwasan namin. Kasi nga, yung Makabayan, yung alliance ng Liberal Party, Catholic Church, and yung ibang grupo doon, ang inayawan namin, yung Makabayan Bloc.
So, yung September 21, you did not coordinate with the trillion peso march?
No, we are separate.
But you were also there?
Yeah, we sa Gate 4 kami. Doon sila sa may Luneta.
So, bali, General, sumasabay naman kayo, pero gusto niya lang muna maiwalay sana kasi nga may Makabayan Bloc. Meaning, if nung September 21, nandun din kayo, pero hiwalay na grupo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so this rally, can you explain why are you holding this November 16 rally?
Of course, itong panawagan ng taong bayan, itong matinding korupsyon na nangyayari sa ating bayan, okay? Hindi lamang ito United People's Initiative na kami-kami lang, marami pong grupo ito. Alliances of various groups, various civil society organizations.
Nadamay ako dyan, Sek. Pati ako nadamay.
Bakit?
May lumalabas na sinasabi na yung mga destabilizer led by General Poquiz.
And Secretary Mike Defenso.
Hindi, panghuli ako, malayo ako. Siya yun ang uuna.
But I remember, and there are reports, and we'll go straight to the point. There was a previous report that I've seen that you met with General Bronner.
That's correct.
And you asked for a withdrawal of support.
No, that is not correct.
That's not correct.
No, yeah. The correct thing there is...
General Poquiz, when did you meet with General Bronner?
We met with General Bronner and his battle staff September 20, the day before September 21 rally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Essentially, kasi maraming ang mga fake news, mga disinformation about our group.
In fact, you were, if I'm not mistaken, the AFP called whatever the talks about withdrawal support as a soft coup dynamics. Parang ganun.
Walang ganon. Walang usapan sa coup. Walang usapan whatsoever.
So you are not against, it's not true that you are advocating a withdrawal of support?
No,
because
no.
Ang kwento, and I'll tell you frankly,
Okay.
the bus there outside was, there were two, you were advocating a withdrawal support, and the AFP were against it because primarily, and this is the discussion, there are two kinds, a withdrawal support and a revolutionary government.
No, walang ganon.
Okay, on the part of, and it was very widely discussed among the political class that you advocated for withdrawal support.
No.
So that and following a withdrawal support, like what we did kay GMA.
KGMA, yes.
That the vice president assumes the office. And the generals or the people that you spoke to allegedly refused because she was pro-China and the orientation of the AFP was fundamentally Western, and the interoperability and all the training are fundamentally Western and primarily American.
Okay.
Okay.
General Paul, can you give us
Yeah.
what
Yes,
actually transpired
actually,
in the discussion?
pumunta kami doon. We actually seek the meeting with him.
Sino
Kasama-
hong mga kasama niya yan?
mga retired generals
Okay.
with the United People's Initiative. Ano?
Can you
Dahil,
name some of them?
of course, kasama dyan si General Kita and
General
some
Kita,
others.
General Poquiz.
Admiral Suarez.
Admiral Suarez, okay.
Some others, okay. Now, gusto namin makamit siya dahil maraming mga fake news, mga disinformation na itong grupo daw namin ay nanggugulo.
Okay.
Not ng Google, because not to be inciting to sedition, but discussing people about the withdrawal
That's why.
support. Yeah.
Yun ang gusto namin parating sa kanya, no, na we are ang aming grupo, we are a non-partisan, non-political, law-abiding group, movement, actually. Okay.
The concern on you, General Poquiz, is because you are identified with the former President Duterte. That's why the slant towards, when you spoke, it was matunog yung withdrawal support, but you prefer, your group prefers Vice President Sara.
No, it's like this. Of course, I helped the campaign of President Duterte.
Right.
That's a fact. I also organized BBM 2.0, itong rally itong May 2022.
Okay.
We campaigned for President BBM. BBM 2.0. Okay?
Okay.
Ngayon, nung wala siyang katandem nung finally sumama si
Inday Sara.
Inday Sara as katandem niya, naging BBM Sara 2.0.
So you,
ang grip namin.
ang manok nyo noong 2022 was really
BBM, yes.
At that point, wala pa si
Wala pa si
Inday
BP,
Sara,
oo.
hindi pa siya
Oo.
nag-ano. Okay.
Okay.
So BBM sa
Okay.
2.0
So,
muna.
kausap niyo po si General Bronner. Ano pong sinabi niyo?
Hindi, yung nga, in-explain namin, we are not,
So you were aware of the rumors going
Yes,
around.
yes.
That's why you need to speak to
Yes.
Correct.
General Bronner.
Ngayon, ang pinahiwatig namin sa kanya, sabi namin, we are representing the people, ipinapahiwatig namin yung sentimiento ng mga tao dito sa matinding corruption na ito. At merong general kasi doon na Southern Luzon na nagpa-press release na okay, sumasama sila sa nakikiramdam sila, nararamdaman nila yung hinaing ng mga tao, parang ganon.
Oho. Anong sagot ni General Bronner?
Ang sinabi ko lang doon na tinitwist nila na hinihikayat ko raw siya na magkudita o mag-withdraw support, ay sinasabi ko lang, baka naman yung armed forces.
No, when you were faced with him and then you explained that, General, sabi mo, hindi kami nanggugulo, may mga reklamo kami lihitimo.
Yeah.
Ano pong sagot niya sa inyo?
Hindi, nakikinig lang siya. Kasi yung alam naman natin na nababalidate nila yun. Ano. Ngayon, ang sinabi ko lamang doon na maaring tinitwist nila, ay sinasabi ko lamang, baka naman yung armed forces ay hindi lamang mag-press release about corruption, kung pwedeng verbally, sabihin, mag-conference siguro na sabihin na itong ipigil na yung corruption na yan at dapat panagutin, parang ganon.
Essentially, you are not for withdrawal support.
No,
And in
no,
fact,
no.
you are maintaining the professionalism of the armed
Correct,
forces.
correct.
So but they should not get involved in any political upheaval.
May mga
Pero
lumalabas.
hikayat niyo po si General Bronner na, General, baka pwede naman magsalita kayo about
Correct.
corruption.
Yun lang ang
Yun
sinabi
lang.
namin.
Okay.
And then we can vouch for that. Andun lahat ng mga battle staff niya, puro mga generals yun eh.
Oho.
Ang sinabi niya, okay, don't worry sir. Sabi, mga seniors kami sa kanya, although we are retired.
Correct.
Sabi niya, nararamdaman namin, naririnig namin ang hinaing ng tao. Sabi niya, hindi kami bingi, hindi kami pipi, hindi kami bulag. Yun sinabi niya.
Teka, General Poquiz, baka mamaya ma-deny na naman tayo.
Hindi.
Totoong yan, ha? In front of General, you were with General...
No, kaming mga we don't talk na, straight lang yan.
Kaya
Wala
po.
mga, we
Kaya
don't
po,
do...
meron siyang battle staff, pero kayong dalawang kasama, si...
Hindi, ano kami, 7 yata kami.
Ito
We're
kayo.
7.
So, all of them heard
Yes,
what General
yes.
Bronner said. So, ang saktong sinabi niya, naririnig namin at nararamdaman
Correct.
namin ang hinaing at
taong bayan.
taong bayan. Okay.
At saka sinabi niya, alam naman namin, sabi niya, ang mandato ng armed forces, that is to protect the people and the state. Yun ang sinabi niya.
So your November 16 rally, the principles that you espouse are fundamentally similar to the Trillion Peso March. People,
Yes, it's also
anti-corruption.
all about corruption.
However, the difference here is that the aggregation of groups that
Correct.
you are with,
Yes.
it's INC will also be there. Kingdom of Jesus Christ is of Pastor Kiboloy, and JIL. All these two organizations are under siege because the founder, Pastor Kiloboy, is under arrest yata.
Yes.
And then on the JIL, it's Senator Joel Villanueva is also under fire.
Yeah.
So it seems like this is an aggravation of Duterte forces.
Hindi rin. Kasi marami mga not identified with Duterte. Of course, may mga ganon.
And the idea nga, malaki ang kwento talaga na it's going to be, you'll force the issue, there will be a withdrawal support, and they're very confident that Vice President Sara Duterte will be able to assume the presidency.
Ganito
I'm just telling this.
Of course, we know that, yung mga ganong scenarios, ito nga, lately na may nagsasabi na may movement daw kami na ibabagsak si PBBM. Walang katotohanan yun, di ba? Pati si Kong Mike nandun eh. Walang ganon kasi itong movement namin is a non-violent...
General, to be fair, sa totoo lang, Sek, may mga kasama kasi na talagang iba-ibang panawagan.
Correct.
But UPI, under General Poquiz, malinaw. Ito yung panawagan nila, itong corruption nangyari, may mali talaga. And in fact, yun nga, Sek, ang parati kong pinawagan, bakit hindi magsama-sama lahat? Dahil talaga namang lahat, no? Even the November 30 group, dahil kasi talagang problema eh. Diba? It's something that we have to address as a nation.
I agree with that. No? But let me ask you a question. Are you personally against President Bongbong Marcos?
No, he is the president. Of course, we respect him. Kanya lang...
So you will observe the constitutional framework?
Yes. Non-violent, non-partisan, non-political, of course, law-abiding. Okay? Yun ang aming framework. Kaya mali lahat yung mga lumalabas na we are agitating. Sabi nga nila, tatanggalan daw akong pensyon dahil...
ganun ba?
Naging ano yun?
Dahil nag-agitate daw ako, nag-incite to sedition.
Ano yan, Sek? Naging major issue yan. Nagkaroon ng press conference, then sinabi nila, pag-aaralan nila. Actually naman sabi, to be fair naman, sabi, pag-aaralan, no, sa legal, it's into legal, nagalit yung mga retired at saka yung ilang active. I guess quietly, yung active nagparamdam. Withdraw nila, hindi pwede. Kasi the main point they were saying, yung pensyon yan, dahil sa serbisyo nun sa bansa. Diba? And now that is private, citizen, bakit hindi nyo payagan mag-express?
Maganda ang pensyon ng AFP. Kaya huwag na mawala yan para tumas. But just for the record, you are the applicant for the People Power Rally on November 16.
Yes, dahil nag-withdraw yung INC. Pero just to be clear, although hiwalay yan na rally, nag-uusap po din mo kami.
I understand.
Na sabay yan at 3 araw yan na rally na walang uwian, bumagyo, umulan, hindi uuwi yung mga tao.
I just want to state, for you to state for the record, that nothing that I said, withdrawal support, the assumption of VP Sara, it will be first as president, will not happen during the 3 days.
Wala pong ganon. In fact, hindi ho kami nag-uusap ni VP Sara, hindi ho kasama si VP Sara dito.
So it's really
We never talk.
So it's on the anti-corruption now.
Corruption
but I mean, these rallies are fundamentally symbolic to show the people's strength.
That's correct.
That's correct. It's an expression of people's anger.
Kung yung mga taong hindi nagagalit sa matinding korupsyon na ito, hindi yan Pilipino.
Aren't you satisfied with what's going on right now? I mean, Ombudsman Boying Remulla, na kaibigan ni Sec Mike, talagang he's going heaven and earth to really thresh out all these corruption issues.
Unfortunately, no. Kasi mahigit ng 100, wala pang nakukulong eh. Itong gusto ng taong bayan, panagutin, ikulong eh. Wala pang parang lumalabas, parang kulang.
It's the same impatience that you feel are the same impatience that we also feel. No? Yes. Talagang, kaya nga yung chant, ikulong na yung mga korap.
Correct. Wala pang napapanagot eh. Yun ang panawagan ng taong bayan.
Unfortunately, the legal process is just too protracted.
Yeah, but the power of the presidency is so, talagang gusto nilang, magagawa yan eh.
Alam mo, Sek, pinag-usapan nga namin yesterday ni Atty. Christian. Sabi ko, ano ba yung short of really filing a case para mabilis na on 2 points, yung travel at saka yung pera.
Okay.
Sabi ni Atty. Trixie, hindi, yung travel madali kasi yung cancellation of visa, madaling pagawa yan sa mga ibang bansa. Pero sabi ko, paano yung pera, di ba? I mean, as we go on na matagal, paano yung nawawalang pondo na pondo ng bansa? I mean, yun, second, isa siguro sa mga bagay, siguro, again, with not being partisan, lahat ng mga abogadong may sinserong pananaw dyan, how can we help the government? Kung ito man yung talaga, maipit. Tapos, well, ako personally, may pananaw ako, like General Poquiz, na medyo yung investigation, may script, Meron lang
Meron lang designated na
Oo, designated.
so he has to prove himself, no? Si Ombudsman Remulla has to prove na hindi totoo yung mga ganyan. Kailangan talagang, this is also a concern eh.
That's right. Oo.
It's also a concern. So, maraming salamat. I hope that on the November 16, it's going to be a peaceful
yes.
rally.
No,